All right, so this is our scouting report on St. John's, starting with Davon Smith. Really athletic, 3-level scoring, playmaking guard. Gets a lot of rebounds for a guard too. Gets to the rim. Takes a lot of shots in the mid-range, as all the St. John's players do. Handles really well to ball screens. Has shot it well from 3 this season. That was a weakness of his in the past. He is a lot more confident in the jumper too than he has been in the past. Really, really good athlete. Makes him really good in transition too. And again, he's a really good playmaker. Doesn't have the ball in his hands as much as he did at Utah, but Kadari Richmond, first team all-conference last year, another all-conference season this year. Big guard, stat sheet stuffer, assists, rebounds, points. Can post smaller guards. Loves mid-range pull-ups. We'll hunt those all day long. Really dangerous if you let him get downhill. Strong finisher. Not a good three-point shooter. Shot's kind of broken. Like you can see the hitch in it. RJ Lewis, player of the year in their conference. Big wing, shot creator, good wing athlete. We'll look to post mismatches. Aggressive as a scorer. Plays hard on the interior. Tons of shots in the mid-range. Will take and make really tough shots. Can aggressively attack the rim. Not the best playmaker, a little bit tunnel vision when he drives, but talented scorer, has had a great year. Aaron Scott, really good role player for them. He cuts, he can hit threes, really good defensively, North Texas transfer. There he is, play for him for a 3. Spot up in transition. 3-and-D forward. Another player that has a green light shooting the mid-range. And again, really good defensively. Zuby Ejiofor. Skilled, aggressive, at the center position. Really good rebounder. He's also elite defensively, first team all defense. There he is on the offensive glass. He can drive the ball too. There he is driving. Really good roller. Can also shoot some wide open threes. Needs to be pretty open. Simeon Wilcher. Aggressive scoring combo off the bench. Will take a lot of tough shots, probably a bit too aggressive. Another player that likes to operate in the mid-range. Here he is, mid-range pull-up. Fluid. Can get to the rim too. Can make some threes, not a great shooter. Ruben Prey. Back up big. Doesn't have a huge offensive role. Has some skill, as you can see there. Can shoot if he's open. Doesn't play a ton of minutes. And then Vinci Wuchupu. Play finishing. Backup center. Good athlete. Good frame. Rim runner. Can get to that right hook too. A lot of ball screens when you play St. John's. Simple high ball screen. Skudari playing out of it, getting downhill. High ball screen. RJ Lewis. Behind the back to Zuby Ejiofor. Late game. Tie game. 7 seconds left. 5 on the clock. Just simple high ball screen. And Skudari Richmond pulling up. And getting to it quickly down the floor. We'll cut and play off it. So we got 2 cuts here. There's Aaron Scott. Good cutter. Can swing to an empty side, so swing. Swing, get it back. Now we're into an empty side. Qadari pull up. Here we go again. Swing, swing. Swing, swing it back. Empty side. RJ Lewis. Mid-range pull up. Here we're going to slip. So watch Iwachukwu. Aggressive coverage. Look to slip. And he scores out of it. Some Euro stuff. See a lot of this. So throw it, get to the empty side ball screen. Hit the next guard. Step up. And then the big will be low. Euro. Swing into it. Go set the empty ball screen. Swing it. Step up. There's the big rolling. So, and aggressive coverage from Villanova. This is almost a functional gator. Villanova just totally blows it though. Here we go again. Empty side. Lewis looks to use it. Wilcher gets a 3 off it. Don't even have to swing into it. Here, just step up into the empty. Swing, step up. Qadari Richmond sets it there. Hits Ejiofor. Here it is again. Euro, step up. And we're going right at Norchad Omier. Some simple roll replace. There we are in their place. Hit the big. Some Spain. So Scott's going to set the back screen. There's Richmond getting downhill. Spain. Aaron Scott coming to set this back screen. IJ Lewis attacks downhill. Spain, but instead of the back screen, set a pin down for Aaron Scott. So pin down for Aaron Scott. Nothing's there. Chase into the ball screen. Some combo ball screens. So it's 77. And now we're going to flare for Aaron Scott. So flare for Aaron Scott. This is a late game, need a 3 situation. Double ball screen. Second big's going to pop. Now we're into a zoom. Hand off, back into another ball screen. That's probably the most layered ball screen set you're going to see from them. See it again here. 77, pop. Zoom. Hand off. Ball screen. They'll swing into a bunch of stuff. So swing it. And that's just into a rub. Swing it. Swing it. And Lewis is just going to keep instead of handing it off. Swing. Swing, swing. UCLA. And then screen for Lewis. Here's the back door for Lewis. Weave. Weave. And here comes the ball screen. Richmond goes right at Andrew Rohde. Weave. Handoff. Handoff, ball screen. There's Smith getting downhill. Handoff, ball screen. Here it's more in the middle of the floor. Richmond going downhill at Fremantle with that little in and out. Handoff, ball screen, middle of the floor. Drop coverage. Qadari Richmond gets to a spot in the mid-range. Handoff, ball screen. Good pass from Qadari Richmond. Here it is again. Handoff. Now we're into Spain. Watch Aaron Scott. Waits. Comes and sets the Spain. Here it is again. Handoff. Aaron Scott. Waiting to set the Spain. Wilcher in the mid-range. Here's going to be a flare. So watch Wilcher come off. Here it is again. Wilcher comes off. Not there. It's chasing to a ball screen. Kadary Richmond getting downhill. Here's a backdoor. Backdoor for Richmond. Really good setup. Another backdoor. Different variation there. Another backdoor. Watch here. Here's going to be a weave. Hit the elbow. And we're going to loop over. Watch Welcher. Loop over to the rim. Same thing here. Weave, handoff. Hit here. Welcher loop over to the rim. Here it is again. Weave, hit the elbow, chase over, and now we're into zoom. So pin down, handoff. Little weave, hit the elbow, chase over the top, zoom. RJ Lewis coming off into the mid range. Here he gets to the rim there. Some pin downs and flares, so simple pin down. Playing off. It's Welcher getting to the rim. RJ Lewis keeps it here. Playing in the mid range. Here's going to be an exit. So watch Prey. Come and set this exit. RJ Lewis just attacks. It's going to be a flare. Watch Smith. Come off the flare. Again, Lewis just attacks. Again here. Watch Smith. He's going to curl the flare. And it's a lob. Get right into DHO. Go away. Now we're in a DHO. Or delay into the DHO. Empty flare for RJ Lewis. Simple. Chase to the ball screen. Tough midi. Gonna get two flares here. So here's the first flare for Lewis. Then there's a second flare for Welcher. 3. Stuff out of delay. Mostly zoom. So hit the big. Pin down. Handoff. Lewis in the mid-range. Pin down. And throw into it too. Throw it into Scott. Hit him. Pin down. Handoff. Hit. Pin down. Come off the handoff. Hit. Handoff. So Kadary getting to the mid-range. Can be a stagger. So here we're staggering for Davon Smith to come off. Good cut from Richmond. Here it is again. Davon Smith coming off the stagger to the handoff. Here's zoom, handoff, ball screen. Kadary rejects. Delay, now we're just getting to empty side, loop over. Empty side for Lewis. Ejiofor is just going to drive this. He always has this option too. Some stuff with the UCLAs. Pretty much always gets them into delay. So set the UCLA, pop out. We're back into all our delay stuff. Empty side with Kadary Richmond. Lewis on the cut. Delay after the UCLA. So Iwachuku sets it. Hit him. Cut through. Back into our empty side with Kadary Richmond. Mid-range. UCLA. Hit him. Chase over the top, and we're into zoom. Good pass from RJ Lewis. UCLA. Hit him. Delay. Chase over the top. Back into the zoom look for RJ Lewis. Open 3. Chin stuff. Just straight up chin. Exchange. Throw it. UCLA. Flare. Here they chase him to a ball screen. RJ Lewis pull up. Exact same thing here. Chin. UCLA. flare, chase into the ball screen, RJ Lewis, mid-range pull-up. They can hit the back screen, so watch Wilcher on it here. Swing it. Back screen. He's open. Another one. Back screen. They help off it. Lewis hits the skip. Here it gets them into delay too, so nothing's open on the flare. Big pops out. We're in delay. Handoff with Davon Smith. Back into the mid-range. So chin. Back screen. Flare, nothing's there. Hit the big. Delay. Now we're into zoom. Wilcher coming off. Another clip. UCLA. Flare, nothing's there. Hit the big. We're into zoom. RJ Lewis coming off. Open for three. Other thing they do, it's a little shuffle. So we're going to set the shuffle, and then we're going to come off this elevator. Set the shuffle. Come off the elevator. Simon Wilcher's open. Here it's going to be for Leotopoulos. But there's Leotopoulos. Open for three off it. And that's all we got for our St. John scouting report. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.